Hi guys, this is Michelle with WhoGirls.net. I'm here at Denver Comic Con. We are sitting down with the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison, and the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. Gentlemen, I have some fun questions for you. So we already talked yesterday.
More fun questions.
More fun questions. You and I talked yesterday about what you stole from set.
Yeah.
And I just would like to share that on my website, what you took and the story behind it.
I nicked the costume, really, because it was the only thing left in the dressing room. I thought, well, no one would come to collect it, so I thought I'll borrow it. Apparently it still belongs to BBC, but I'm not giving it back. So it's quite nice.
And you have a picture on your cell phone, apparently?
Well, yes.
Of other people wearing
certain people
your
who come
costume?
around to my house sometimes want to dress up in it. In the outfit, just for fun.
How interesting.
It is very interesting. Woo. And they include another Doctor and also the producer of Doctor Who, so it's quite fun. Yeah.
And have you been showing people that picture?
Only on a very, very one-to-one basis.
Is this
I'm certainly not going to hold it up now.
Is this a one-to-one basis?
No, it's not.
Sylvester, what did you take from set?
Well, the same. I had the costume and 2 umbrellas.
You took 2 umbrellas?
Yeah. Well, I didn't actually take them. I just had, because they gave me a costume for public appearances and things like that. So I had one at home, and then when they put it into a hiatus and then forgot to bring it back again, the costume was still hanging in my wardrobe.
Awesome.
Because in those days, I didn't think of nicking. Now I'd nick everything. But I was doing The Hobbit, and I was in The Hobbit, you know.
So what did you take from The Hobbit?
Well, I didn't. You couldn't take anything. There were police everywhere.
I think Peter Jackson is a little more protective.
Oh, surely. I mean, you end up in chains if you stole anything. I did get some gold from the set where Schmorg was. Smorgasbord. Anyway, I nicked a couple of bits of gold.
That's awesome.
I have no idea if it's real gold. No,
does this count as evidence in a court?
Can we? Is this admissible?
Yes.
You both have worked in various mediums between stage, film, television. Is there a particular medium you like more than the other?
I like whichever medium I happen to be working in. I mean, everyone has its bonus thing. I mean, stage is fantastic because you have an audience there and they're responding to you, and you can get to do it differently, and the performance changes over the course of a show. But I love television because you end up with a definitive product at the end of it. That's the only thing I find frustrating about theatre, is when it's done, all you have kind of is memories, really, of it. Each, I think, medium is good. Film, again, can be fantastic and also be diabolical, and some of the best stuff now is done on television, I think. So I have no favourite medium, but whichever one I happen to be working in at the time, I sort of go involved in.
I mean, I love theatre too, because the live audience. Theatre's like painting with a big broad brush. It's big. You've got to be, well, in most theatres are quite large, and you've got to be larger than life a bit. Whereas in film, it's like painting with one of those little Japanese brushes, and when you get it right, when you really feel it inside, or inside you, it can be very exciting. And it's only a few seconds or a minute at longest, but that it's the concentration and the bringing everything really inside yourself, which I quite enjoy experiencing. We also do audio. And that's great too. That's another kind of skill to our bows that we practice and have. That's good.
How is doing like the Big Finish audios different from when you were filming your characters for the TV show?
Well, the sets don't change.
Yeah, sets don't change, and you're not reliant on waiting for the effects to work. You can just play it as a sort of mini play, really. But it doesn't. One thing it doesn't do, as I mentioned in one of the panels yesterday, it doesn't stay in your memory. So I couldn't really tell you much about any of the Big Finish shows that I've done. Well, they're fantastic to do at the time, and when I've listened to the odd one in the car with my children on long journeys, they're great. But once you've done them, you don't learn the words, so it doesn't sort of stick with you, and it doesn't stay in your memory.
Yeah. No, but they are great because, I'm still the same age I was when I was doing Doctor Who, 20 odd years ago. And also, I mean, I quite like the idea that in the audio, you can get inside the Doctor's head much easier than you can on screen. Whereas on screen you can, there's a visual mostly, and the only way that you can understand what the doctor's perhaps thinking is when he discusses it with his companion. And that was one of the reasons why the companion was there as well. But on the radio you can really get the thoughts of the doctor out. I enjoy that. Yeah, it's good.
Is there a particular type of character that you've always wanted to portray and you've never had the opportunity to?
Richard III. Now is the winter of our discontentment, glorious summer by the son of York. I played him as Laurence Olivier. No, not just, me, but me.
You go back to the Laurence Olivier.
Yes, I want to go back to that Laurence Olivier way of doing it. Jim Ladd, hearty. Oh, now I'm Long John Silver, but anyway.
So you can't have the limp now, apparently, because he wasn't really there or something. He just had the back. He didn't have the limp.
Oh, did you not?
No, I think they discovered. They found the body in the car
under
park.
the car park. Yes, that's true.
My son is about to appear in Richard III with Martin Freeman.
We just talked about that yesterday.
Yes, he's in The Hobbit, Martin Freeman, as I was.
So were you, apparently.
Yes, I was in The Hobbit.
I never knew that.
No.
I would have never known.
No, you wouldn't. We tried to keep it a secret.
Hush, hush.
I don't really have that. No, not really. It's more interesting to play faulted characters, I find. So I don't have any desire to play a kind of superhero character. I kind of like, a bit like me, really deeply faulted characters. So they're more interesting. And I've played a few of these, and I'm very happy.
What has been your favorite acting experience so far?
Probably a series called I did call it Home with the Braithwaites. It's very rare in television or film or in fact anywhere, more common in theatre, where you get a script where you don't want to change a word, and there's a writer who wrote Home with the Braithwaites, Sally Wainwright, and when you get one of her scripts, I remember thinking I would get the next episode and I look at it and go, I can't believe that someone's written this, and I just don't want to change it. I want to get everything down to the last dot and that she'd written, and you want to do it exactly as it's on the paper, and that's the best thing.
Well, what was your question?
What's been your favorite acting experience so far?
I don't know, really. I once did 7 to 2 Masters with Zoe Wanamaker, and I just remember enjoying it immensely on the stage with her. It's one of those things. I don't know if you know who Zoe Wanamaker is, but she's a great actress. Daughter of Sam Wanamaker, who was driven out of America by McCarthyism. And, I just enjoyed the experience. It's one of those magical things. Every now and again it happens. You work with an actor or an actress and something gels, and it's just, it's love on the stage. Off the stage we hated each other. On the stage, that can happen.
Are there any particular films or directors or actors who have really influenced you to continue to drive you to do what you do?
Films.
Films, actors, directors, stories?
Well, director, Ken Campbell, who got me into the business. He was my Svengali. He was a mad, marvelous, nasty comic genius, director, writer, and he mistook me for an actor, and the reason why I'm here is because of him.
What about you, Peter?
I just used to love watching the old Hollywood films of Curtis Frank Capra, William Wyler and people like that. I just thought they were just marvellous films, and that's what made me want to become an actor. Watching people like Spencer Tracy and James Stewart, who just seem to have a wonderfully easy way of, and their acting never dates. It just doesn't date. A lot of film acting dates, and you have to watch it, being aware. But I've never found that they dated at all.
Yeah, well, I suppose Buster Keaton for me, and Jacques Tati, those comic characters. Chaplin a bit, but he wasn't my favourite. Stan Laurel, Oliver Hardy, that silent movie, visual is my inspiration.
Funny, because Chaplin's kind of, don't you think? But when you go back and look at Chaplin's films, in the context that they weren't just comedies, they really sort of come alive.
Yes.
But they're not. we associate those films, silent films, with funny, don't we? Really?
Yeah.
Whereas Chaplin was the whole emotional thing. It was sad,
Political
and tragic,
as well.
and political. Yeah. I've enjoyed them more. I never used to like Chaplin. And when I went back and sort of, as you do, you buy the box set.
Yeah.
You can know that. And yeah, actually, really, they're amazing things.
Oh, yeah,
they're not just funny. They're just
Yeah.
they're everything.
No, there are. I mean, great moments. You know, poignancy of sadness and truth.
Let's end on your favorite Doctor Who catchphrase.
I always like the mustache, my mustache. Or actually, I think I'm not sure actually who was the first one. I think I was the first person to say, when I say run, run, run. But then I think David Tennant stole it. He nicked it.
Oh, we had this conversation too. He just keeps copying you.
I know.
Everything you do,
I can't understand why.
He just keeps copying you. How about you, Sylvester?
Ace!
That was perfect. Thank you, gentlemen,
There you
for
go.
sitting down with me today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.